Hello everyone. It's great to see you again in today's video. Jack sat behind his desk, his eyes focused on the computer screen in front of him. His neat white shirt further highlighted his neat and serious appearance. His fingers quickly typed on the keyboard. Occasionally he stopped, pondered for a moment, then took notes in the small notebook placed next to him. The space was quiet. Only the steady clacking of the keyboard could be heard, exuding Jack's diligence and constant effort. While working, Tu Tien knocked on the door and came in. She sat down next to Jack. She told Jack that she wanted to go harvest for a while and then go home. But Jack told her that today at the farm there were workers coming to build the house frame. He wanted her to go to the market to buy food and bring it in to cook rice to invite the workers to stay and eat with them. Hearing Jack say that, Tu Tien immediately agreed. She said that later she would go to the market to buy food and bring it to the farm to cook rice. Then Jack asked Tu Tien about yesterday when someone came to look for their daughter. He asked her if she was feeling better and if she was still sad about yesterday. Tu Tien bowed her head, her face filled with sadness, saying that yesterday when the couple came to look for their lost daughter, she really hoped that the person was her. But when the person looking for her was not her, she was very sad. She tried to think that she hoped that the person they were looking for was her, so that she could see her parents again. Seeing Tu Tien very sad, Jack held her hand and told Tu Tien to rest assured that he would help her investigate and find all the clues, so that she could soon find her biological parents. Tu Tien stood up and hugged Jack. She thanked him for always helping her wholeheartedly. Jack comforted her and said that for Tu Tien, he was willing to do anything. After talking to Jack, Tu Tien went to the market to buy food to bring to the farm to cook for the workers. Jack was in the office, cleaning up the documents and preparing to go to work at the company. Tu Tien carried a bamboo basket, leisurely walking to the countryside market. The morning market was bustling but simple. The stalls displayed all kinds of fresh vegetables, tubers, and fruits. She stopped at a small stall under a tree, choosing to buy some pickled bamboo shoots. Each item was carefully weighed by the seller, and Tu Tien looked at it attentively, then smiled and nodded. After buying, she skillfully put it in the basket, then continued to look at other stalls to buy more items. While walking, Tu Tien thought about the dishes that she would prepare for everyone's meal today. Tu Tien walked slowly through the market, her eyes looking around the fresh meat and fish stalls. She stopped in front of the fish stall, leaned over to look at each fish still shiny with silver scales, bright red gills, then chose the best fish. Continuing to the meat stall, Tu Tien carefully looked at each piece of pink, firm meat, gently pressing to check the freshness. Each item was carefully selected by her, neatly put into the bamboo basket. In Tu Tien's heart, thinking of a nutritious meal for farm workers after a tiring day of work, Tu Tien offered a simple joy, the joy of preparing a warm meal with her own hands, giving strength to the workers who were struggling outside the construction site. Jack went to the company and sat quietly behind his desk, his eyes focused on the pile of documents in front of him. He meticulously scanned each page, occasionally making a few important notes. Next to him was a laptop with a bright screen, helping him handle the day's work. Jack worked enthusiastically because he knew that as long as he finished this pile of documents, he would be able to leave this closed room to go to the farm where Tu Tien was waiting for him to come home for dinner. That thought made him even more determined. His hands kept flipping through pages, typing on the keyboard, all just to quickly finish work and spend time with the girl he loved. At the farm, the foundation of the house that Jack built for Tu Tien was gradually taking shape. Steel pillars had been erected by the workers. Everyone was working enthusiastically when Tu Tien came back from the market and told the workers that she had bought a lot of things to cook. She invited the workers to stay for lunch. After saying that, Tu Tien took the basket of food down to the farm to cook. Down at the farm, Tu Tien's father-in-law was also taking out large pieces of firewood to prepare for the fire, when Tu Tien came over and told him that there were workers coming to erect the house pillars. So she bought some food to cook for lunch and the workers would stay here to eat later. Hearing Tu Tien say that, her father-in-law was very happy. Tu Tien and her father-in-law were busy preparing lunch. She gently took each package of meat and fish bought from the market and carefully put them into the basket. Next to the running water, Tu Tien bent down to wash the meat, fish and vegetables, her face attentive, her hands agile and nimble. She did everything meticulously, from picking vegetables, washing rice to arranging the ingredients. Tu Tien's father-in-law sat on the porch under the shade of the green trees, patiently picking up each green vegetable. His hands were veiny but still skillful. Occasionally he turned to ask Tu Tien what else needed to be prepared and done so that he could help her. The scene was simple but warm. The sound of flowing water mixed with the sound of knives and chopping boards, along with the rustling of leaves. A truly peaceful scene. After finishing his work at the company, Jack also went to the farm. He parked his car in an empty space and went up to the construction site to check the progress of the house. He went to shake hands with the foreman and asked him about the efficiency of the work. Jack gave the foreman the blueprint of the house, and the two stood around discussing the work to be done. After talking with the carpenter, Jack went to the pile of materials stacked nearby, picked up the package to check their quality. Then he went to the iron pillars to check their durability and solidity. Jack carefully checked each weld and joint because these were not simply pillars but also love and care. A happy home that Jack had poured all his feelings into to give to the person he loved the most, Tu Tien. As the sun gradually rose, each ray of sunlight filtered through the gaps in the leaves and shone down on the small house where Tu Tien was cooking, which was also a sign to Tu Tien that it was almost lunchtime. At this time, Tu Tien had also finished cooking the dishes for today's lunch. She carefully scooped the potato soup into bowls and sprinkled some herbs on top to make it look nice. Her father-in-law stood next to her, helping her carry the bowls of soup to the table. While serving the food, Jack and the workers had also returned from their lunch break. Jack quickly went to Tu Tien and helped her carry the food out. In the yard, 2 large mats had been spread out by Tu Tien's father-in-law for everyone to sit and eat. Each dish was brought out by Jack and her father-in-law and placed on the dining table. When everything was beautifully arranged on the dining table, Jack and everyone sat around the simple but warm meal to eat lunch. In the middle of a summer afternoon, surrounded by green trees, the dishes prepared by Tu Tien gave off a fragrant aroma on the dining table, making everyone exclaim in admiration. Amidst the bustling laughter, each bowl of fragrant white rice was scooped by Tu Tien and passed around to each person. Everyone ate and chatted happily with each other. Jack smiled at Tu Tien while eating. Then he picked up food for her. His heart filled with indescribable joy when he saw everyone praising her skillful cooking. That simple lunch in the middle of nature suddenly became special, filled with affection, connection, and simple happiness. When everyone had finished eating, Jack told the workers to find a place to rest for a bit, and then continued working in the afternoon. When the workers left, Jack and Tu Tien cleaned up the dishes and ate again. Jack saw Tu Tien sitting on the porch washing dishes, her appearance attentive and meticulous. Without hesitation, he walked over and sat down next to her, rolling up his sleeves to help. The two of them laughed and talked together, their hands sometimes passing bowls, sometimes passing water, creating a simple yet warm scene. Jack's eyes looking at Tu Tien always contained concern, and her gentle smile made the scene so affectionate and peaceful. After washing the dishes, the two of them sat together at the bamboo table. Jack told Tu Tien that the house he had built for her was gradually taking shape. Tu Tien happily said with a slightly embarrassed face that she was also very happy to see the house built by Jack and the workers very quickly. Jack also said that he would make her a small kitchen because he saw that she loved cooking and the food she cooked was very delicious. Hearing Jack say that, Tu Tien smiled and leaned into Jack's arms, thanking him for doing everything for her. Tu Tien never thought that her life would have a house of her own until she met Jack. Then everything changed. She thanked Jack very much. Then, under the shady tree, the two of them sat lovingly hugging each other happily.